Well, we all knew this was coming. Before the rain has quit falling, before the bodies are even counted, before the damage is finally tallied, Liberals are standing on graves and a natural disaster to push their big government, climate change, pro-tax agenda. The headlines from progressive newspapers are endless. This one is from The Guardian. It reads, "It's a fact. Climate change made Hurricane Harvey more deadly." And then the article actually goes on to cite 0 facts linking death counts to climate change. Then this article from USA Today definitively claims that climate change juiced Hurricane Harvey. Then, even though the article fully acknowledges that even having this discussion is premature and probably pretty ghoulish, they have it anyways. They use the hurricane to push a carbon tax and to belittle those of us who don't think taxes change the weather. They actually write, "In the coming days and weeks, expect to hear politicians describe Harvey as an act of God that had little or nothing to do with human-induced climate change. Even if climate change is real," they'll add, "a serious effort to curb greenhouse gas emissions through a carbon tax or other means would be too expensive." Did you get that, guys? We're too cheap, and so the hurricanes are going to get us. USA Today actually thinks carbon taxes would have somehow saved South Texas. Can somebody tell me how taxing the air stops hurricanes, and by how many hurricanes? Please, thanks. Then there's this article from the notable scientists over at the Rolling Stone magazine. Do you remember them? They're the ones that wrote that Harlequin romance fan fiction article about Justin Trudeau and once put a glamour shot of the Boston bomber on their cover. Anyways, their headline reads as such: "Houston, a global warning." Very clever. It reads, "The devastation of Hurricane Harvey marks a turning point and raises the terrible possibility that we've entered the age of climate chaos." But even in the bulk of the article, they acknowledge that hurricanes and catastrophic hurricanes with extreme death tolls are actually nothing new in Texas. I'll actually just add here that the data shows that extreme weather is on the decline and fewer people die from extreme weather than ever before, which means, of course, when extreme weather happens, these Liberals, well, they really have to make some hay of it, because who knows when it's going to come around again, right? So Cenk Uygur did. I think that's how you say his name. He's from the Young Turks, and he tweeted, "Horrified at human toll of Hurricane Harvey. Not sad about billions of damage to oil industry. Chickens coming home to roost. Hashtag climate change." This annoyed me immensely, because Uygur is basically saying he's not sad the effects of the hurricane will hurt poor people the most. And I think he's too clueless to know that. The billions of damage to the oil industry and the 10 or so petrochemical facilities that have had to come offline because of the hurricane are forcing an uptick in the price of oil and gas. And guess who that hurts first? It's not people with expendable income, but the working poor, the people these fancy progressives claim to care about. So that's what the crazy agenda-driven Liberals think. Let's check in with the real world, shall we? Check out this video right here of some jacked up pickup trucks saving the National Guard from floodwaters.
Come on, baby.
Now, what's my point? Why did I show you that video besides the fact that it's awesome? Well, that's the reality on the ground in Texas. In the real world, the rescues are made possible by our old pal fossil fuels. Liberals like to make fun of our big jacked up trucks out here in redneck country, America and Canada, but you can't save the National Guard from a flood in a Prius. Just like after the Fort McMurray wildfires and just like after the High River and Calgary floods. There will be no putting Texas back together without the energy provided by and the billions of dollars in revenue brought to us by fossil fuels. Solar power and wind, well, they just ain't gonna cut it. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. The progressives in the media, they sure don't like when we talk about these sorts of things. And our internet censors, well, they want to shut us down. But if you believe in free speech, go to standwiththerebel.com.